Coming up, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar interviews Kareem Rush right here on Sports Recall. Let's go!
What's going on, sports fans? Your host Kareem here, back with Sports Recall. Today we are going to be going into the house of a good friend of mine, Mr. Kareem Rush, see what he's been up to since his playing days in the NBA. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? We are back here with Sports Recall, your host Kareem. Now, our next guest, the last time I saw him, the Redcoats at Staples Center were trying to shoo me away from him. I don't think they really believed I knew him, but they can't stop me today. We're going to welcome formerly of the NBA and currently of a lot of other projects, Mr. Kareem Rush.
What's up, man?
Good to see you again,
Good to
my
see
brother.
you too, brother.
All right, now, getting started in this interview, Sports Recall, we always take it way back to the beginning.
Back.
Tell people out there where you were born.
Born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I went to the University of Missouri.
Okay. But hold on, I got to cut you off. You saying Kansas City, Missouri. We were, just talking a little bit about, Kansas City, KC athletes. What is it about Kansas City, or you would say just the area that makes athletes from there a little bit different?
I mean, we're the show me state. That's
Okay.
our tagline. So, growing up, we had a long list of, famous athletes to come up, and, me and my brother just wanted to be a part of that legacy. And, Kansas City's a great place for, basketball, as well as other sports, but, we definitely want to know for the basketball side of things.
Okay, so when you're saying the show me state, not so much about the talk, but you need it in the stat sheet.
And
You need some proof.
You got to show.
Okay.
You got to put up a shut up.
Okay, so like you said, and for those of you who don't know, your brother Jerron, known him, starred UCLA, coming up through the basketball ranks. Was he kind of what got you started in the basketball, or it wouldn't have mattered what he did, you just knew that was the direction you wanted to head in?
Yeah, as a younger brother, Jerron was, 18 months older than me, so, like any other younger brother, you want to follow what your big brother do.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerron got to play basketball around 8, I was 6 and a half, and, I fell in love with the game, as he did. And, like I said, as a younger brother, you always want to, kind of follow your brother's footsteps, and he began to build some notoriety as far as being a basketball player, and I just followed suit, along with my younger brother as well, who came 5 years down the road.
Right, definitely. When did you know, growing up, was it immediately junior high, high school, where you start to think, I might have, a future with this basketball thing?
I never really thought about it. I just wanted to continue to work because Jerron was so good at an early age. By the time Jerron was in 8th grade, he was the number one player in the country. So I was always Jerron's little brother. So that kind of pushed me to kind of work on my game. And like I said, I didn't want to live in his shadow all my life.
Right.
So
carried that chip on your shoulder a little bit.
It was so big, man. It was everything Jerron did. Jerron was, I likened him to, now that I've been in the league and played with, some great players. I likened Jerron, like his talent level was LeBron James, Kobe Bryant is.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was unbelievable on the court. So, growing up under that, you had no choice but to work hard and build your own name to kind of stand out from him. So.
Okay. Well, growing up in Kansas City, sooner or later you get into colleges, coming around, recruiting, taking a look at you. What was the decision process? How did you decide that you wanted to stay, with Missouri?
Up until that senior year, I was set on going to UCLA and joining my brother.
Okay.
We wanted to be the new O'Bannon brothers.
Uh-huh.
So that was always a goal of ours, growing up. And but that final year, my senior year, when I was able to be on my own and experience all the limelight, given only to me, I was like, okay, I don't want a ball driver. I'm gonna go be my own man. So
you be Jerron's little brother someplace else.
Yeah, I'm getting older, but I ain't trying to live under that again. So I was looking at a few different colleges. Quinn Snyder, who recently got the job from Duke, came in. I really enjoyed what he had to say, and ended up going to Missouri, staying home, and it was a great decision on my part.
Okay. Being a great decision, how early was it into your college career that you knew, what? Forget all those other colleges. I made the right decision in becoming a Tiger.
Freshman year. I got a chance to play a lot. I got a Big 12 co-freshman of the year, so the success, really validated that decision to go there. A lot of guys go to different colleges, don't get a chance to play. Coach, from the start, gave me an opportunity to go out there and show my talent, and it lasted throughout the 3 years I was there. So definitely blessed to be a Tiger, and it definitely helped me get to where as far as the NBA is concerned.
Okay, and like you said, having college career, stepping stone to the NBA. Obviously, like you said, growing up, you're just trying to follow in your brother's footsteps or whatnot. But now you're in college, you're on your own. The NBA is a goal. When did it start to seem like it was within reach?
Probably after my sophomore year. I was killing pretty much. So a lot of people telling me I should leave for the draft after my sophomore year, and like mentally I wasn't even there. I just enjoyed playing. Wasn't even thinking about the NBA. But it started becoming a reality that summer, and I started to really work, of course, towards that ultimate goal. That following year, my junior year, like I said, I knew that was probably going to be my final year. And
just like we were saying, you're having all these people coming to you, telling you should leave, telling you should stay. I mean, it's a lot of outside noise. Was that a distraction for you, or do you think it actually helped?
I mean, you have a lot of that, but that's when you kind of you fall back on your family, your coaching staff, your friends to kind of give you the right advice. Because once the NBA is involved, people obviously see dollar signs. So you got agents coming around, you have people who want you for your money start coming around. So I was able to have a very core, small circle that guided me the right way, and I was fortunate not to make any bad decisions in college.
Okay. Then just coming around the whole draft process or draft night, walk us back through that.
Oh man, it was a tough one actually, because I was pegged to go top 10 at the latest 14. Mm-hmm. So I was in the green room, took my whole family and friends up to the draft in New York, and we got there, and I didn't get picked to 20. So my brother had a tough time. My brother Jerron had a tough time kind of seeing me sit there and wait. And a lot of guys have been through that process when you're in the green room, had to sit there and wait for your name to be called. So it was a tough process, but at the end of the day, I was the first round draft pick, so I was blessed in that regard. Got drafted by Toronto. It actually be the Lakers pick, so we was leaving the arena, and I was upset. I'm like, man, I wanted to go higher. But now, so my agent called me like, yo, you got traded to the Lakers. I'm like, okay, the whole night changed. So we went out, had a good time, and I was coming right off 3 beats, so I was like, I'm walking right into a championship, but it didn't happen. But
as soon as you get one chip off your shoulder, now you got the drafted later chip put back on there.
Exactly. So memorable day, man.
So you're talking about instead of going to Toronto, you end up going to the Lakers, and not just the Lakers, but coming off of a championship year. Talking about Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Phil Jackson. Were you excited saying, you're going into a situation with some potential Hall of Famers, or was it intimidating saying, how am I going to fit in? How am I going to find my way?
I mean, a little bit of both, but as a rookie coming in, and you got ambitious goals, you want to be a star. I was a star player in Missouri, so I just assumed that nothing was going to change. Obviously coming in, playing behind Kobe, I wasn't going to see the minutes like I wanted, coming out. But again, I learned so much from him. Phil Jackson, all those other great players, in my 3 years here that it's very valuable.
Now, just talking about Kobe Bryant, you're playing behind him, but in practice, you're going against him every day.
Yeah.
We hear a lot of stories, some of them true, some of them maybe not so true. Anything you can share with us just about, Kobe in practice, Kobe?
I go at Kobe's rack. That's what I did. I used to kill Kobe. Kobe. No, but Kobe. What I learned from him, man, is preparation and work ethic. That's one thing that that separates him from everybody else that I've come across as far as playing wise. The guy works his tail off in the gym 6 hours before everybody else working on his footwork. So he just showed that what dedication is to your craft, and what comes of it because of that. So Kobe's a great player, great teammate, and a good friend.
And just when you look at your NBA career, you had the opportunity to play for some different teams, played with a lot of great players, against a lot of great players. Talking about Clippers, Seattle, Charlotte. What stands out in terms of stories of maybe we'll start with the fan bases. Mm-hmm. In terms of just, the fans that really got behind you or got behind the team that you can remember?
Well, obviously, Laker fans all across the country. We saw that every game. And then when I got traded from the Lakers to Charlotte, I saw the shift and how the other half of it, because I went from the finals to an expansion team. So the fan base wasn't there. It was coming off the Charlotte, the Hornets just left, so the community wasn't really behind the team. So it was tough, going to Charlotte for those first couple of years, doing expansion years. But all my experience throughout the league it's been a great one. Fans love the game. Everywhere you go, you support it. And like I said, they die-hard basketball fans around.
What about when you were suiting up for the Clippers? Now you get to see the other half of the LA rivalry.
Yeah, I was here before the Clippers got hot. So that was back when they were still the Clippers of old. So it's kind of funny to see the paradigm shift now. How the Lakers are struggling, the Clippers are first and second in the West. But that was bound to happen.
That's good. You can go to Staples and kind of show the card to get into either locker room.
Exactly.
Now.
Hey, I still got it. I went to the game last night. We still had to pull the red coat card. So it's still good to be part of the family in the house.
I'm gonna talk to the red coats.
Yeah, the red coats took care of me.
We'll get to that later. one thing I definitely wanted to get into, a lot of guys, you being recently retired, sometimes it seems like guys don't know what to do with themselves when they take off the sneakers and put the basketball up. But us just talking, you said it seems like you're busier than ever.
Yeah.
But, talking about music, I'll just say it straight up. There's a lot of athletes talk about music. I'm going to own a record label. I'm going to start rapping. But, it really looks like you're going about it the right way. But, having some legitimate talent on the microphone.
Yeah, it takes some time. Obviously, being an athlete trying to do music, you don't get that stigma. Oh man, he got money. He just wants to, do some rapping or anything like that. But I'm actually singing. So, what a lot of people don't know that I was, music is always my first passion. I've always been a singer. I sang in choir in high school, and anybody who really knows me know how much I sing and know how important music is to me. So, for them to see me doing it is not a big surprise, but for everybody else, obviously, this is something new. And I started this process 3 years ago when I hurt my knee. I never really had the time to really focus on music because it is something you got to put your time and effort into. So you got to work just like you do working in your jump shot. You got to be working with a vocal coach. You got to be working on your stage presence. You got to be working on writing songs and all that stuff. So it's a process. So when I was recovering from my ACL, I thought it was a perfect time for me to kind of dive into it and dive into it without even knowing anything. I just wanted to kind of see, put some feelers out there and see what people thought of my talent. And luckily for me, things started to take off for me music-wise, and I'm still building it right now, and looking forward to kind of pushing out my album this year, as well as some new material for people here. So.
Okay. All right, everybody. Sports Recall again. Sitting here with Kareem Rush. Now is the time where we go out to you guys, all of the fans following us on Twitter. Got some good questions. The first one, very excited to see somebody from the NBA. We got all NBA access reached out. Obviously, you being a veteran and being able to be in different cities, they wanted to know who was your favorite team to play for during your career.
Favorite team to play for, hands down, was the Lakers.
Okay.
From top to bottom, from the organization to the coaching staff to the players, everything, the staff. It was just a great 3 years experience for me. So definitely Lakers. That's why I'm still out here. Been out for 10 years.
Got it.
In that sense, so.
Got it. Okay. Next question we got from Lakerholics on Twitter. You already talked about, what it was like being around Kobe, but they want to know what was it like being around Shaq and Phil on a daily basis?
Shaq was like, everybody loves Shaq. Shaq's like the big brother to the league. So, coming out as a rookie, he took care of me and my man, Gennaro Pargo, from the start. So I always remember how kind.
Shout out to JP.
Yeah, JP. Man, I saw JP last night, so shout out to Gennaro. Still doing his thing. So definitely Shaq was, a great big brother type figure, kind of show you the ins and outs of being a professional. Along with the other guys like Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, all those guys that I had on those teams. But, Phil Jackson was, hands down the best coach I've ever played for. Obviously, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I still see Phil to this day up at Equinox, and he's still the same. So, great memories here, man, for sure.
Got it, definitely. And last but not least, taking it down, we got LaShawn down in San Diego, who wants to know what are the next steps in your career, just what are you looking at coming up in the recent future?
Next steps is continuing to push my brand, my overall brand. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of different things in music. I have a fashion line, press tour. I got a line of custom dog tags I got coming out here in the next couple months.
Okay, where can we find maybe some
of the
music?
Yeah, you'll find everything that I got going on my website, MrKareemRush.com. You can find my music and all my current projects on there. You can follow me on Twitter at Kareem Rush and Instagram at Mr. Kareem Rush. So. Got
it. I think this is the part where we point because they put it, the superimposed down, and if you're checking for the website,
right there.
There it is.
MrKareemRush.com.
All right. Well, definitely, Kareem, man, it's been a pleasure. Been a long time since we were on that summer league bus.
Long time, man.
Just because you're not playing ball no more doesn't mean we can't be doing something, right?
Exactly. Always working. Same problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Sports Recall, everybody.
Job from Duke, came in, I really enjoyed, what he had to say, and ended up going to Missouri, staying home, and it was a great decision on my part.
Okay. Being a great decision, how early was it into your college career that you knew, what, forget all those other colleges, I made the right decision in becoming a Tiger?
Freshman year. I got a chance to play a lot. I got a Big 12 co-freshman of the year, so the success, really validated that decision to go there. A lot of guys go to different colleges, don't get a chance to play. Coach, from the start gave me an opportunity to go out there and show my talent, and it lasted for 3 years I was there. So definitely blessed to be a Tiger, and it definitely helped me get to where as far as the NBA is concerned.
Okay, and like you said, having college career, stepping stone to the NBA. Obviously, like you said, growing up, you're just trying to follow in your brother's footsteps or whatnot, but now you're in college, you're on your own, the NBA is a goal. When did it start to seem, hold on, I got to cut you off. You're saying Kansas City, Missouri. We were, just talking a little bit about, Kansas City, KC athletes. What is it about Kansas City, or you would say just the area that makes athletes from there a little bit different?
I mean, we're the show me state. That's our tagline. So, growing up, we had a long list of, famous athletes to come up, and, me and my brother just wanted to be a part of that legacy. And, Kansas City is a great place for, basketball, as well as other sports, but, we definitely want to know for the basketball side of things.
Okay, so when you're saying the show me state, not so much about the talk, but you need it in the stat sheet. You need some proof.
You got to show.
Okay.
You got to put up a shut up.
Okay, so like you said, and for those of you who don't know, your brother Jerron, known him, starred UCLA, coming up through the basketball ranks. Was he kind of what got you started in the basketball, or it wouldn't have mattered what he did, you just knew that was the direction you wanted to head in?
Yeah, as a younger brother, Jerron was 18 months older than me, so.
Coming up, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar interviews Kareem Rush right here on Sports Recall. Let's go!
What's going on, sports fans? Your host Kareem here, back with Sports Recall. Today we are going to be going into the house of a good friend of mine, Mr. Kareem Rush, see what he's been up to since his playing days in the NBA. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? We are back here with Sports Recall, your host Kareem. Now, our next guest, the last time I saw him, the Redcoats at Staples Center were trying to shoo me away from him. I don't think they really believed I knew him, but they can't stop me today. We're going to welcome, formerly of the NBA and currently of a lot of other projects, Mr. Kareem Rush.
What's up, man?
Good to see you again, my brother.
Too, brother.
All right, now, getting started in this interview, Sports Recall, we always take it way back to the beginning. Tell people out there where you were born.
Born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I went to the University of Missouri.
Okay. But
like in Jerron, his talent level was LeBron James, Kobe Bryant is.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was unbelievable on the court. So, growing up under that, you had no choice but to work hard and build your own name to kind of stand out from him. So.
Okay. Well, growing up in Kansas City, sooner or later you get into colleges, coming around, recruiting, taking a look at you. What was the decision process? How did you decide that you wanted to stay, with Missouri?
I mean, up until that senior year, I was set on going to UCLA and joining my brother.
Okay.
We wanted to be the new O'Bannon brothers.
Uh-huh.
So that was always a goal of ours, growing up. And but that final year, my senior year, when I was able to be on my own and experience all the limelight, given only to me, I was like, okay, I don't want a ball driver, but I'm gonna go be my own man. So
you be Jerron's little brother someplace else.
Yeah, that I'm getting older, but I ain't trying to live under that again. So I was looking at a few different colleges. Quinn Snyder, like any other younger brother, you want to follow what your big brother do. Mm-hmm. And Jerron got to play basketball around 8. I was 6 and a half, and I fell in love with the game, as he did. And like I said, as a younger brother, you always want to kind of follow your brother's footsteps, and he began to build some notoriety as far as being a basketball player, and I just followed suit along with my younger brother as well. We came 5 years down the road. Right,
definitely. When did you know, growing up, was it immediately junior high, high school, where you start to think, I might have, a future with this basketball thing?
I never really thought about it. I just wanted to continue to work because Jerron was so good at an early age. By the time Jerron was in 8th grade, he was the number 1 player in the country. So I was always Jerron's little brother. So that kind of pushed me to kind of work on my game. And like I said, I didn't want to live in his shadow all my life.
Right.
So
carried that chip on your shoulder a little bit.
It was so big, man. It was everything Jerron did. Jerron was, I like him to, now that I've been in the league and played with, some great players.